Starting a clothing brand is the best way to influence the world throughout your products online. Not only does it give you the opportunity to express yourself creatively, you can also start a clothing brand with as low as $200, as I've done with my own brand, Euphoric.777, and I've now scaled it to almost 8 figures in total revenue. Despite all of this, I'm seeing too many people make the same exact mistakes over and over again in the clothing brand industry, and I mainly think this is because they're learning from the wrong people who haven't even had success with their own clothing brand yet. So I'm gonna teach you guys exactly how I got my clothing brand to this point, some of the mistakes I made, and let you know the steps to take to avoid these exact same problems so you can scale your brand as quickly as possible and start hitting 6-figure days like I did with my own brand. The first mistake I'm seeing everybody make is that they're having a bad start to their brand by having a bad brand name or vision surrounding the outlook of their business. Me personally, I'm not a big fan of brands that's all around hustling or has something in their name like get money, get a bag as fast as possible. I hate those type of brand names, and I really do not like seeing those constantly being made over and over again because they all kind of fit in the same category and it's hard to stand out. And on the other hand, I'm seeing a lot of brands that have no meaning at all, and that just greatly increases your competition because you have no niche to put your brand in and you're just competing against everybody and praying that you have the best products possible, which is going to be very hard to do when you're in such an open category. So for my brand, the first thing I did was find a strong brand mission that aligned with my values and was something that I was also passionate about myself. So when the money wasn't coming in, it's something that I still felt confident in and working towards because it's a goal that I have outside of just making money. Not only is it something that I can relate to, it's something that a ton of other people in the world can relate to, and that helped me grow my brand quicker than people who may have had better products and better marketing than me, but I had a stronger brand vision and I had a stronger emotional connection to my customers. The second thing that I'm seeing a lot of people do is that they're having a bad supplier or manufacturer for their clothing brand. And this doesn't only mean that you have bad quality. I'm seeing a lot of people have good quality products, but if you're getting taxed a crazy amount and you can't get that product gone at that price, or your manufacturer is taking months to deliver your product to you and are steadily making excuses about the delays, then you still have a bad manufacturer no matter how good the quality is. It is equally as important to have someone that gives you an affordable price and has good shipping times as it is having a strong product that is not shredding as soon as you put it in a washer one time. Finding the perfect manufacturer does take a lot of time. This is not an easy thing to do, but it's something that is worth the investment and the time because this can make or break your whole clothing brand. For my clothing brand, I personally went through about 3 to 7 manufacturers before I found one that fit perfectly for my brand, and I've been using since 2022. Not only does he offer me the best prices and good shipping times, but because we've been working for so long and we really grew the brand together, he prioritizes me above a lot of his other customers and gives me free samples along the way as well. So once you lock in with that manufacturer who has your best interest in mind, make sure you build up a strong relationship between them because not only do you need them, they need you as well to keep running their business. So it's an equal relationship and you guys can greatly benefit each other. Now, this third mistake is something I'm seeing even the bigger brands make, so you want to make sure you really pay attention to this one. I'm talking about brands doing 10, 20, 30K plus a month are still not doing this properly, and that's tracking their cost of goods and the actual net profit per day. A lot of people just track how much they spend on ads and their product costs, but they're not factoring in how much they spend on shipping, their employee costs, any type of outside factors such as Shopify apps or you're hiring people off Upwork or Fiverr. They're not tracking taxes, and they really don't know how much they're actually bringing in per day. They just kind of know the baseline and are guessing each and every day. So if you don't know your actual net cost and net profit per day, you don't know whether you should scale your ads up or down, whether your product is working, or whether you're actually in the green for the year. Because trust me, it's a lot of brand owners telling you they're out here doing 50% profit margins and they're not. They're probably at somewhere around 20 to 30%, which isn't bad, but it's gonna have a great effect on your brand if you're spending like you're doing 50% margins, but you're actually only doing 20%. When I first started, I used an app called Be Profit, which was good for me because I didn't need that many analytics, but now I switched over to Triple Whale because I can track important metrics such as new customer cost per acquisition. Inside Triple Whale, I've imported all my cost of goods for every single product, how much I'm paying my employees each day, how much I'm paying my shipping team, how much I pay in taxes. So every day I'm seeing my exact net profit I'm bringing in for my clothing brand. And knowing your net profit is very important, especially if you're going to be running ads for your brand, because you need to know the exact break even ROAS and cost per acquisition for your customers. You may think a 3 ROAS is good for your brand because it's good for another brand, and that's not true. A 3 ROAS can mess around and be break even for your brand, but it can have that brand making 2x on their return on ad spend. An example of this is a 3x ROAS could be break even for you, but for the next brand, it could have them making double on their return on investment because they have a higher cost product. So make sure you have all your expenses down when starting your clothing brand. The fourth mistake I'm seeing a ton of brand owners make, especially when they're running ads, is by getting too emotional when running their ads instead of just looking at the analytics themselves. A lot of people put a lot of effort into a video or into a photo shoot, and when it doesn't perform well, they keep throwing money into it even though it's not working, just because all the time they invested into it. And let's say a video that they only took 10 seconds to film is doing extremely good, they'll not put the same effort into that video just because it took less effort, when that's not important at all. Nobody cares about the amount of time or effort you put into the creative. It's all about how good the creative is and how it resonates with your audience. I'm seeing too many people either turn off their ads after one bad day or scale them to the moon all because you had one good day. You have to take the proper time into testing your ads to see if it really works, and give your ad account time to warm up and get used to your target audience as well. For my clothing brand, that was a major problem with us, as we will oftentimes just turn off ads or put a lot of money into ads even though they weren't performing good, just because we spent a lot of time into the production or spent a lot of money on the influencers for that ad. When now we just put all our money into the ads that have the best metrics, and that's all we care about. I done had video shoots and photo shoots I spent thousands of dollars on. If they don't perform on ads, then I'm gonna turn the ads off. I don't care. Is it at the end of the day, all because you invested money up front doesn't mean you have to keep burning money on that same ad. And this last mistake might sound simple, but I'm seeing so many people do this, and it's probably the most common one that I see from people that try to work with me, and that's not putting yourself in the customer's shoes. Would you actually buy your product? When you go on your website or you look at your Instagram, does it look professional? Does it look trustworthy? Is that something that you will buy from yourself? If you would not buy your own product, you should not be selling it. And it's crazy, I see so many people who know how to dress, who put on good outfits, they wear high quality clothes, they buy from reputable people, but when they start their own brand, they just don't care about any of that and are just putting out trash content and quality and not caring. Let's take for an example a website. Are you buying from a website that's putting 4 pop-ups in your face, that has background music, intro pages, or are you just looking for a website that shows you the clothes, shows the quality of the garment, and shows other people wearing it so you know how's it fit? You don't care about all that extra stuff. You just want to get the product that you came for, and you don't want to be distracted along the way because you're just going to click off the website without even giving it a second chance. So don't do this with your brand as well. Look at it from the customer's point of view when creating your product, your website, your ads, everything. So those are the top 5 worst clothing brand mistakes I'm seeing a ton of beginners make, and even people who have been running a brand for years are still making to this day. Well, I'm gonna actually tell you that's wrong, because every brand is different, and there may be specific things within your brand, within your back end, something specifically wrong with you and your company that I just don't know, and I won't know unless you work closer together. So if you want to join my community and get mentored every single day by me and my 8-figure team, just click that first link in the description. Spots are filling up fast, and I love to help you scale your brand to 6-figure days like I'm currently doing with mine, Euphoric.777. And that's it for today. See y'all in the next one.